for the woman who has given too much. There comes a moment in every woman's life when she realizes she is tired of being the strong one. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the soul-deep exhaustion of a woman who has carried everyone else's needs while quietly abandoning her own. Maybe it happened after a divorce that cracked something open in you. Maybe after years of being the emotional anchor for people who never learned to stand on their own. Maybe after waking up one morning and realizing you've spent half your life shrinking yourself just to keep a man, a family, or a relationship from falling apart. If that is you, stay, because what you are about to hear is not advice. It is a coming home, a remembering of the woman you were before life taught you to make yourself small. This is 5 things a woman with a queen mindset never does for a man. Not to harden you, but to bring you back to your throne. Before we go deeper, let me ask you gently, where in your life have you given too much and received too little? If that question touched something in you, leave a small sign in the comments, a word, an emoji, or simply, I feel this. And if you're watching this from a season of transition, divorce, rebuilding, or quiet exhaustion, share where you're listening from. You're not here by accident. Women reclaiming themselves always find each other. She never trades her truth for peace. Somewhere along the way, you were taught that silence is safer than honesty, that swallowing your feelings keeps the family together, that biting your tongue makes you a good woman. But every time you silenced your intuition to keep the peace, a quiet war started inside you. You know that knot in your throat, that tightness in your chest, that exhaustion you feel even when nothing happened? Jung would say, it's the cost of betraying your inner truth. A woman with queen energy doesn't raise her voice, but she doesn't bury it either. Her peace is not bought through self-abandonment. Her calm is not the calm of suppression. It is the calm of a woman who refuses to gaslight herself ever again. She never becomes a man's emotional mother. You've done it before, carrying a grown man's feelings like they were a fragile newborn, explaining his behavior to him, teaching him empathy, absorbing his moods, hoping he'll finally understand what he keeps breaking inside you. But Jung warned about this. When a woman becomes the emotional mother, the man never grows, and the relationship slowly dies. A queen does not rescue, she observes, and she chooses. She does not ask, how do I fix him? She asks, is this the man I want to walk beside exactly as he is today? Her energy is sacred. She no longer pours it into emotional black holes. She never competes for attention or proves her worth. There is an old wound inside the collective feminine, the wound of invisibility. Maybe you felt it in childhood, maybe you lived it in marriage, maybe you still feel it when a man's attention drifts away. This is the wound that makes a woman post the picture, send the risky text, shrink her brilliance, or fight silently for crumbs of affection. But a woman with queen mindset knows, the moment you compete, you have already forgotten your crown. She does not audition for love. She does not dim her fire to soothe someone else's insecurity. She does not ask to be chosen, because she chooses herself first, and everything else follows from that place. She never carries the relationship alone. You know what it feels like to love for two, to initiate for two, to heal for two, to care for two, to carry the emotional labor while the man simply receives it. That's not partnership, it's emotional parenthood. A queen feels the imbalance long before it becomes visible, and she honors that feeling. She stays only where energy flows both ways, where the connection is co-created, where her emotional work is matched, not consumed. If she is building the relationship alone, she knows it is not a relationship. It is a slow self-erasure, and she walks away. She never stays where she must become smaller to be loved. This is the deepest truth. A queen will never stay in a room. That requires her to fragment herself, mute her intuition, hide her fire, or become a palatable version of her true self. Many women stay because they fear loneliness, but the Queen has learned something sacred. Being alone is not the opposite of love. Being in the wrong relationship is. She does not leave from anger. She leaves from clarity, from dignity, from the deep inner knowing that any love that costs you yourself is too expensive. A return to your inner throne. Maybe you are wondering, am I this woman? Do I have this queen energy? The truth is simple. You don't become a queen by learning new behaviors. You become a queen by unlearning all the ways you abandoned yourself. By remembering your worth, your voice, your boundaries, your instinct, your wholeness. Your crown was never lost, just forgotten for a while. And now, you're ready to wear it again. If this video touched a part of you you've ignored for too long, let it be the beginning of your return to yourself. Leave a small sign in the comments, a word, an emoji, or simply, I'm choosing myself now. If you want more journeys like this, tap subscribe and walk with me as we explore the deeper layers of the feminine soul, the shadows, the rebirths, the quiet awakenings. And remember, you are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you were before the world asked you to shrink. I'll meet you in the next chapter.
Within.